But here are 3 things that I think you could really focus on to have a killer 2026, especially when honestly, guys, weather is not our friend. We can actually sit outside and enjoy the weather. Shout out to my Texas and people in the South. But honestly, at the end of the day, anytime your slow season comes around or your shoulder season and you can actually look up a little bit, these are 3 things that are just unique opportunities that I think you can implement. And it really would help push the limits, build your brand, do it healthy. And it's easier to do in the off season or in a slower season than it is to do in the buck wild west of top seasonality, right? So right now will be a really good opportunity to take an inventory of all of your trucks, the wraps that are on those trucks, and schedule out when maybe you need to refresh those wraps. Delegate someone to lead the charge of going through an inventory of all of your vehicles and what the wraps look like. Really, unfortunately, when our wraps look clunky and messy and disproportionate and discombobulated, what I think it does is it makes it that's the reaction that it gives. Uniforms is another one. So he pulls off his shirt that you give him, but underneath it is a like Budweiser, have a bud on me, or it's 420, let's smoke weed somewhere, getting drunk, or it's like naked women on it, or, something offensive. It's like, again, this is just a time to take a good view of when they knock on the door to install, to sell, to service, whatever they're doing, do they look at the level that they're about to ask for an investment? So am I about to sell you a $20,000 system looking like I rolled out of the bed, smoked 3 cigarettes, and down 2 white monsters on my way there? Or do I look professional, polished, and on brand? So trucks, uniforms. The other one is the text tone of voice. This was interesting to me as I was kind of rolling through here. Like now might be a really good time to reiterate your expectations of how your team interacts with the public. Okay. So we are known as this very family based company. So we need to be shaking hands and talking correctly and being kind and generous and with all of our time and effort and energies. Like it depends on, because this is why I tell you guys, a brand is so much deeper than a logo. Brand is the emotions that you evoke when people aren't talking, when you aren't in the room, right? So when people are talking about you, people see your stuff, people experience your brand. So the way that your technicians, the way your CSRs, the way your trucks look, the way their uniforms look, all of those things impact the customer journey, whether we like it or not. And yes, people can be like, well, they're just a little direct. They can be direct and you'll lose business, or they can be direct and kind.